Happy 2024, you guys. This is the first time that I'm speaking to you in the new year. And how are you guys doing? How did you guys celebrate New Year's? Have you had a great start into the new year? It's baffling to me that we're now in a new year. We have so many new chances. I just recently came upon a quote that I really liked because everybody tends to say new year, new me. And they said new year, better me. Because we don't have to reinvent ourselves. We just have to try and constantly strive to become better. And this is actually what today's video is going to be about. I want to talk to you guys about 6 ways on how to level up in 2024. Those are not new things. Those are not revolutionary things. Those are not things nobody has ever thought of. But I think it's really important to constantly hear about them every single time to just really internalize them and work on them. So the 6 ways on how to level up in 2024 are: have set boundaries, set your goals and intention, be kind because love will always find love, work out regularly, schedule and plan out your days, and find new hobbies. And this is also not me saying that I have it all figured out and that I'm already at a point where I'm really satisfied with myself. I still have a lot to work on, and those things that I just mentioned, they do not only, I do not only want to give them out as a tip to you guys, those are also things that I want to follow personally. Okay guys, let's have a little chat. Have set boundaries. I think, everybody's always to leave the toxic people behind in the last year, focus on new people, focus on the good in 2024 in the new year. And I think, yes, that is very important and very true. But one of the most important things actually is to have boundaries, to set them for yourself, and to actually keep them and follow them. It doesn't really work if you set boundaries but then you don't follow up with them. You just let people destroy them and walk past your boundaries. You just let them do that. You just let them get away with it. It doesn't really work like that. So in 2024, what I want all of us to do is setting ourselves boundaries, and you can write them down as a list. Now, when you approach a new person, you're not going to send them your PDF file of the list of boundaries that you made in January 2024. That's not what we're going to do. But sometimes it really helps to write down these things to just really internalize them. And when somebody's doing you wrong, you can go back to that list and be like, okay, those are the boundaries that I set for myself. Are people overstepping them? And if a person is overstepping your boundaries, you have to let them know. Because that is another thing that is really important, letting people know when they do us wrong. It's not about causing drama. Personally, I'm a people pleaser. I hate causing drama. I hate telling people when they do me wrong. I hate to start a scene. I personally feel like whenever I tell somebody that they've done me wrong, I will automatically cause a scene, which is not the case. And that is something that I really want to work on in 2024. I want to stick to my boundaries, and I want to tell people when they overstep them. Those boundaries, they apply to different relationships and scenarios in life. They could be for personal relationships, for romantic relationships, for work relationships, all of these kind of things. It's not just about love life, it's not just about professional life, it's about all of those things. Don't let people talk to you in a way that is disrespectful. Don't let people treat you like an option. Everything is within your own control, and people not treating you fairly, you do have control of that a lot of the time. I would not say that you have control over that every single time, but a lot of the time you are in control and you can leave a situation if it's not working in your favor. So don't let others treat you below your worth, whether it's a guy you're talking to, a girl you're talking to, a friend in your life, your boss, work colleagues. Don't let them treat you below your worth. But for that, you have to believe in your own worth. In 2024, we are all going to believe in our own worth and work on our own confidence and believing in ourselves. I think that's really important. I do talk a lot about self-love. When it comes to self-love, it doesn't happen overnight, and you can't just snap with your fingers and boom, you love yourself. You kind of really have to work on it, and it's a daily process. It's day to day, every single day. It doesn't really stop. It's 24/7. We're all busy. When we're at work, when we're at school, we're busy. We don't always think about ourselves. So it's really important that you do take time during your day and focus on yourself and actually work on self-love. Because if you want to be treated good and if you want to stand up for yourself, you actually have to support yourself and believe in yourself. And that's such a long process, and there really isn't a how-to guide on how to become more confident. To be confident, it has to come from within. Yes, it does help if you put yourself together really nicely. But if you do not really believe in yourself, if you do not really feel confident from inside out, it doesn't really work. So it is a process. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of healing to become more confident within yourself, you do have to face a lot of your traumas and a lot of your fears. But if you do not believe in yourself, who else would? Like, you are your own biggest supporter, and you are the most important supporter in your life. Set your goals and intentions. I think this is a really, really important step every single year, but you do not have to do this at the beginning of the year. You can literally get up and do the change and be the change every single day. You do not have to wait for the first of the year. You do not have to wait for Mondays. Although technically, scientifically, it is proven that people are more motivated to change their lives on a Monday than they would be on a Wednesday or Thursday. It's kind of like wired in our brains that Mondays are the beginning of a week, and we feel like when we start fresh, it gives us more motivation. But besides that, that's just your head. I feel like when you want to change, when you want to evolve, knowing what you want to achieve is really important. It's very vital, very crucial. And one of the things I always talk about, and I love doing them, sometimes I push them off because they're time consuming, but I still love them, vision boards. Now, im Deutschen sagt man so schön, das ist kein Hexenwerk. Vision boards are not really hard. How I like to go about them is I write down my goals in life, the goals that I have for the upcoming year. And then I go into Pinterest and I try to find pictures that reflect those goals. In the end, the pictures that you end up choosing should visualize the goals that you set for yourself. And then I personally use Canva to create my vision board, but I think you can actually do it in the Notes app when you have an iPhone or an iPad. You could do it in Word. You could do it in GoodNotes and Notability. You don't have to have Canva, but Canva is actually a free platform that you can use. You don't need the app. You can use it online and just create your vision board. It's actually really, really easy. I personally find it enough to have them on my digital things, like my digital appliances, but you could totally go and print them out and hang them up in your room, just wherever you want to see them, because when you do create a vision board, it's nice that you created it, but you also have to see it, and it has to be around, and you have to look at it all the time. Vision boards are not magic. It's not like you put them out there and everything that's on there is going to happen, but what they do is they remind you of your goals, and it helps you visualize your goals. Like, you constantly look at the goals that you set yourself and you're like, yes, exactly, like this is what I wanted to achieve and I'm going to work towards this. I also love putting affirmations on there. I can do this, I can be productive, because I'm looking at it all the time. Like, as I said, my vision board right now is my phone background right there, and I do have some affirmations on this. It says, this is my year. I don't chase, I attract. Whatever belongs to me will simply find me. I deserve it. The career, the love, the family, the peace, the life. I am a straight A student. Every experience is working in my favor. I love having these little affirmations on there because when I look at them, I just, they remind me of it. So whenever you visualize things, you actually truly have to believe that you're so going to achieve this. It doesn't really help if you create a vision board and then you look at it and you're like, yeah, that's nice, it's cute, it's aesthetic, but we all know it's not going to happen. That doesn't help you. When you create a vision board, you actually have to believe that you are full on deserving all of those things on there, and you're definitely going to achieve them. So things on my vision board and the goals that I'm having for this year are very, very different. I have a bunch of different things on there. A lot of them are personal, so I'm not going to share all of them with you, but I will be graduating from dental school this year, so obviously a lot of my goals for this year and a lot of the pictures that I put onto my vision board are about my career, and it's about graduating and studying. Once I graduated, I definitely want to travel and move and relocate, so those things are on there. Maybe a new car, just a few goals of mine that I put on there. I feel like you can never dream too big. If you believe in it and if you visualize it, you're definitely going to attract it. So put everything on there. Don't hold back. Don't be like, this is a silly little dream. No. Like, literally anything that you would want in life, you put on there, no matter how silly it might feel to you. So vision boards are basically manifestation. You have to believe in it happening. Be kind. Kill them with kindness. Love will always attract love. I think it's so easy to treat people who did you wrong in a bad way and be mean and be cruel and not be kind. It's so easy when emotions are overflowing. A really big way on how to level up, how to find inner peace, how to really focus on yourself is to be kind to people. If a situation is not serving you, you just remove yourself from it. We remove the toxic people, but for that we don't have to insult them first. You know what I mean? We really should leave the negativity behind in 2023, focus on ourselves, focus on the good things in our lives. There's no need to spread hate. You always attract whatever you send out, and evil attracts evil. And also, why should you be wasting your free time, your precious energy on people who did you wrong and plan out a vengeance plan and just focus on people you do not like, if you could focus all of your energy on so many other things that are actually serving you. I mean, you totally do not have to be best friends with people who do you wrong. You don't have to be friends with these people, but at least be kind and don't be mean. And you truly have to believe in this. Do not just pretend to be kind, because that's two-faced. You know, sometimes it's hard to remove toxic people if they are in your close environment. Interact with them as little as you can. And when you do, you're kind, you're professional, you stand over these things, you stand above all these things. And another important thing, in 2024 to level up, we gotta work out regularly. And no, it doesn't have to be going to the gym 5 times a week. It can totally be taking a walk every single day. Our bodies are meant to be moving, and they're not meant to be sitting around at home the entire day. We have to get fresh air. It's good for our rhythm, our biorhythm. It's good for our body to get natural sunlight, to move our body. I think one of the most important things is if you want to build a workout routine, you kind of have to figure out what kind of sports you like and incorporate them into your daily routine. You have to find a way to incorporate them so that it works for you and that it works out time-wise. There's nothing worse than if you want to go to the gym but it just doesn't fit in with your schedule. You might have a gym you like, but it's too far away, so you don't end up going. You know what I mean? Working out is good for your physical and your mental health, and it's definitely something that's going to help you elevate yourself and work on yourself. What I really like doing is when I'm going to the gym, I usually put my phone into airplane mode. I do not check Instagram. I do not read messages in between my sets. I take the time at the gym to myself, and it has become a self-care ritual and routine for me to work out. And that's why it's so important for me. I'm also somebody, I get bored very easily. And when a workout is boring me, or like a workout routine is boring me, I don't follow up with it. I quit. I don't go. I lack motivation. I mean, it's not about motivation, it's about discipline. If you want to be truly good at something, it's not just about motivation, it's also about being disciplined and keep on working towards it, whether we're talking about school, work, or working out. Even on days where you don't feel motivated, you kind of have to kick your own ass and just show up. I think it's also very important to try and find the tune of your body and follow it. So figure out when you want to move, when you want to work out, and listen to your body. It's not about, you know, you wake up at 7 a.m. and it would be time to go to your class. You actually like that class, you're just not much of a morning person. So you're in bed and you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna say 5 more minutes and then I'm totally not gonna make it, but sleep is very important. If that happens once because you're really just tired and drained by the week, totally fine. But sometimes we're also looking for excuses. And I think in that moment, it's really important to just step back and actually reflect. Am I tired? Or do I just not feel like going to that class or going to that workout? And then it could be that you just don't like what you're doing. And then it would be time to find something else. Don't force anything. If the gym is just not fun for you, don't go to the gym. You don't have to force yourself to become a gym girl or a gym bro if that's just not something that floats your boat. If gym workouts don't do it for you, don't go. If you don't like Pilates, don't do it. You think yoga is boring? You don't gotta do it. Moving your body and working out is really important, but so is finding things that you enjoy and finding a middle ground. And in 2024, we are going to do that. We're going to try out a bunch of things and we're going to find something that we enjoy. Plan out your days, schedule them, and build routines. This is something that I've been doing for a really long time. Whenever I'm stuck in a rut, it's usually because I'm not doing it. And in 2024, we want to become a better version of ourselves, and having a schedule and a routine to our day is just fundamental for that. One of the first things and the last things of the day is our morning and our nighttime routine. And having set routines for those times of the day is very helpful and very necessary, because those are usually the times where you can actually practice self-care and self-love. And those are times of the day that you have just for yourself. And it's really important that you use them in your favor. For me, especially my nighttime routine has to be set up perfectly, and I have to know exactly what I'm doing at what point, and it has to really end the day for me and prep myself for the next day that is about to come, because it's a lot, you know? Dental school is a lot. Being a YouTuber on the side is a lot. And I just want to use my nights to really focus on myself. I personally don't really like doing a lot of work at night, at least not studying. If I have to work for YouTube or Instagram, that's fine. But I try not to do anything that requires a lot of brain power. So when I get home after school, I remove my makeup. I do my skincare routine. I take out my contact lenses. I make myself dinner. I take a shower. and then I just relax. And things that I want to change in 2024, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to say them out loud. And I already did the first step. I already ordered the things that I need for that. But I'm gonna tell you guys what I want to do and implement for changes. Maybe that motivates you guys as well. I don't want my phone to be my bedroom anymore. So I got myself a digital alarm clock that actually has a sunrise lamp on it. It looks really cute. I'm gonna show you once it arrives. I also want to use my phone a little bit less at night. Personally, I don't know if I could survive with not using my phone after a set time of the day anymore, because I do love chatting with my friends. I'm a big texter, okay? But I don't want to go on social media that much anymore at night, so that's something that I really want to work on for my nighttime routine. I want to get more sleep, so I want to go to bed a little bit earlier, and scrolling through TikTok has really been the death of me and the death of my sleep cycle. So those are things that I really want to work on. Once you have built your routines, I think it's really crucial to keep them in your life, because they add so much stability to your life. And if you would just take them away, it would kind of break something. Like whenever I lose my routines, I'm not doing good, and I have to get back into them. When my morning routine is set out and my nighttime routine is set out and I actually follow them, I'm so much more productive. I feel so much better about my days. So having a good routine is very beneficial and can definitely help you. Now, your routine is definitely personalized. You do not have to follow a set out routine that you find on Pinterest or TikTok. You have to find it out for yourself. It's trial and error, and you just have to try out things. If a 6 a.m. morning routine is not serving you, wake up at 9. It's your biorhythm. Everybody's a little bit different, and some things are genetically encoded in our bodies. You can't really change them just because it's aesthetic on social media. 2024 is another 366 days that you can actually work on yourself. Planning out my days is also very important for me personally. I love to-do lists. I love to sketch out my days. I love time blocking, and you kind of have to know how to be the most productive version of yourself. You have to know when you have energy highs and lows during the day, so you can plan out your day accordingly. And time blocking really works for me. I just use my normal calendar app, and I kind of like schedule appointments in there, even if it's for something silly like taking a shower. Now, the last point on my list kind of ties in with working out regularly and what I mentioned in there, and it's finding new hobbies. Finding new hobbies just shows you that you have so much more room to elevate, and there's so much more to discover about yourself, and you're never too old to change things or find new things. It's not a midlife crisis if you find new things that you enjoy, and I think that's really nice. Like finding new hobbies, finding new sports that you want to do, finding a creative hobby. Maybe it's pottery, maybe it's painting, maybe it's crafting, maybe it's creative writing, maybe it's just taking really long walks. Find new hobbies, even if they seem really extreme, and then kind of stick to them. New hobbies that I want to do in 2024, I was fortunate enough to turn a hobby of mine into a job. I love video production. That's kind of like why I started with YouTube. I love editing and I love producing videos. So I will definitely keep that as a hobby. Some things that I really want to try is I really do want to do a pottery class. I think they look so fun on TikTok. They probably aren't, and I'm probably going to be frustrated as heck when I'm doing it, but I kind of want to try. Kind of want to get back into horse riding, because I did that when I was a child up until I was a teenager, and it was such a nice sport, and I do miss it sometimes. It can be very therapeutic. I really loved it as a child, and I've been thinking about going back to it for a while now, so maybe 2024 is going to be the year. It's a very pricey thing to do. Like it costs a lot of money and a lot of time. So that might be something that I'm going to push off up until I graduate. It's definitely on my list. Another hobby that I want to indulge in a little bit more is reading and creative writing. I used to love reading when I was a child, when I was a teenager. I used to be a bookworm. I have so many books. I definitely want to get new books again. First things first, like the first books that I'm going to buy in 2024 are going to be the Harry Potter books, because I only ever read them in German, and now I really want to read them in English and get a full collector's edition of all 7 books, because those used to be my favorite books in my childhood. You know, I really like them. A book that I'm currently reading is Twisted Lies from Anna Huang. I really like the Twisted series. I really like it. I'm personally not really big on self-help books. I can't really read them that well. Like I usually never stick to it, but As an audiobook, I kind of like them, so I do want to listen to a few more audiobooks this year, especially when I'm going on walks or driving with my car. So yeah, at the end of the day, finding new hobbies is kind of like, it's keeping you on your toes, you know? Never stop learning. I think that's also another thing that's really important. Just to close this off, doesn't really have anything to do with the things on the list that I mentioned before, but never stop learning and never stop trying to learn new things. Learn a new sport, a new hobby, a new language. All of these kind of things just really keep your brain going. I think one of the worst things you can actually do is getting into a slump and being stuck. Like I said, you know, I told you guys that having a routine is really, really nice. But if you are constantly doing the same thing every single day, you're going to feel stuck, and that is something that you don't really want. You want as much routine as needed to keep you stable, but you also want to incorporate as many different things in your everyday life and try out new things as possible to keep you on your toes and to keep you fresh and motivated. So yeah, with that being said, those are kind of like all of the things to level up in 2024. As I said, it's not new year, new me. It's called new year, better me. Actually, another thing that I want to mention to you guys is I have created a vision bingo card, like vision board bingo card kind of thing. And I'm going to give the template to you guys to download and add your own things in there, because it's kind of like a vision board, but it doesn't require pictures. You just write down your goals in it, and it's really cute. I thought it would be a very nice thing for the community, and you can download it for free. I'm going to link it down in the description below, and you just add your goals to it, and it kind of works like a normal bingo card, and whenever you achieve a goal, you just cross it off. I really like that idea. I saw it on TikTok. I really like the idea behind, because you know when things go wrong and you're just like, that was not on my bingo card. Well, now things go right. They were on your bingo card. So yeah, I hope you guys have fun with that, and I hope you guys had a great start to 2024. If not, don't worry. Just because the start wasn't great does not mean that the year is not going to be good. And we're all going to have an amazing year, and we're all going to have a great time together, and I can't wait to see what the year is holding for us. With all of that being said, I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys are taking care of yourself, and I hope you guys are motivated to make this year a really, really good one.